The Locker Room, with all the sports news you need, live.
Hello there, very good evening to the show on a Friday night. You're listening to The Locker Room, or you're watching The Locker Room rather on Independence Live. My name is Mick McCune, and tonight I'm joined by Dave Smith, who'll be appearing very soon, and Regan Stevens. By the way, just in case you're wondering, that's not his house, right, that he's in, and he didn't break into that house either, right? So there's no need to phone the police, or maybe there is. I'm not sure. So we are here until 7 o'clock tonight. We'll be previewing the weekend's action on the Premiership and the Championship, and also we'll be hearing from some of the managers this weekend as well. We'll be hearing from Michael Beale, David Martindale, Stuart Kettlewell, and Brendan Rodgers. Looking forward to this weekend's action. This is your first appearance of the new season, Regan. How are you keeping?
I'm doing well, mate. Thanks for having me back on again. I enjoyed being on last season, and it's been good to be asked back on again. I'm surprised you asked me back on, but it's good to be here.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah. I've got to start off by talking about your team, Celtic. Of course, they unfurled the league flag last week against Ross County at Celtic Park. How did you think the game went?
I thought they played well. I mean, Michael, they went 3-0 up pretty early on. I said just before the season started that I thought David Turnbull would be a big part of a Brendan Rodgers Celtic side, and I wasn't to be proved wrong, because I think he's very good in the ball. He takes the shot on very quickly, and he seems as if he's adapting very well to Brendan's system, because I don't think it's very dissimilar to Ange Postecoglou, but I think what David Turnbull's shown is that see if you impress Brendan Rodgers, then he'll certainly show faith in you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you what I liked about last week's game as well, Regan. When teams come to Park Hig and Ibrox, they usually park about 10 buses behind the ball, but Ross County didn't do that last week. They actually came out a wee bit and played a bit of football, and it made it a better game.
Oh, I definitely did. I mean, I thought Ross County played well for the first 15-20 minutes, Michael, and I thought they fully deserved their praise that they got. But I thought Celtic just started to go into that groove, and once they did that, there was no stopping them, and it was great to see Brendan back at Celtic Park. I suppose one of the big bonuses for Ross County was that Joe Hart didn't have his best game, and that could have possibly played a part for them getting a result. I suppose for Malcolm Mackay, though, Michael, he's not going to be judged on these games. Like you said, Ross County like to park 10 buses at Celtic Park, and it's nice to see them change. So hopefully this is a brand new thing for the new season, where a lot of teams will close to Celtic Park and go to Ibrox and actually take the match to them.
Yeah, no, indeed, yeah. And what about I'm going to move on now to speak about the midweek games as well in European action. And I think it was a mixed bag of mixed fortunes for the Scottish teams in Europe. Rangers and Hibs took a healthy league away from home. Hearts got a late goal to win the game finished, and all could play for next week when they come back to Tynecastle.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Hearts played okay, but I was a bit disappointed that they let Rosenborg play around them so easily. I think that goal from Shankland, like you said there, I think it gives them a bit of self-belief, a bit of hope that they can do next Thursday, no problem. And I think in terms of Stephen Naismith, he'll just be glad to get them back over to Edinburgh and be in, still in with a chance of getting through, because that's the most important thing for these clubs.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I've just got Emerson to comment on if it's Reagan's house or else if it's a football. You can do that by putting a comment on the chat, or you can post a question on Twitter at the Locker Room Indie. Okay, Reagan, let's kick off. Did you see that? Did I kick off football? It's like we are doing a show, Reagan, and there's not a flag of night game in the championship tonight. But yeah, so you just have to settle for the Man City game on Sky tonight, playing Burnley as well. But we are not interested in that. We league down there in England. Let's talk about Rangers and Livingston then, Reagan. What do you think of this game?
I've watched the first Rangers 2 games. I watched the game on Saturday night against Kilmarnock. I thought they're very, very poor. And it was the first game that the players played together. And I know in terms of Michael Beale, he just wants to bed them in and try his best with them. But I think in terms of the squad, I think he'll be disappointed. I know that he's no put a lot of emphasis. He's saying it's only the first couple of games in the squad's gelling, but I think when he looks back at it, he'll be pretty disappointed that these big money players, as they're saying, have not really evolved the squad. And then you go on to Tuesday night, and I feel like they were very, very poor again, Michael. I mean that so the team they were playing on Tuesday, Servette, I thought once they went down to 10 men, a very good team like Rangers should be able to put the nail in the coffin for them, and that should be a scoreline where they go over to Switzerland next week, and it shouldn't be a problem. But now it's 2-1, and I thought it was a penalty to Servette as well. But I think the big problem for Michael Beale is that's going to be a sellout. I know I said to you guys on Tuesday night, Servette have not lost a home game since April 2022, so that is going to be a big challenge for Rangers, and Michael Beale will be fully aware of that.
Yep. Before we move on, good evening to Mr. Duffy.
Oh, Graham, it's nice to see you. I've not seen you in ages.
All right, chat. So I'm just heading out very shortly, but I thought I'd come on if you were going to talk about Hearts for a bit. I thought I'd come on and give my thoughts on yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, good to see you, Graham. As well. We spoke about the game a minute ago, but we're going to speak a bit more about the game as well. So Rangers and Livingston. What do you expect from Livingston tomorrow, Graham?
It's a good question. I mean, I think they were dogged against Aberdeen last week without really creating a lot. I think they probably had the only really good chance, to be honest, with Oberlei's header, but that was about it. They didn't really create a lot, and I think they need to show more going forward. I think it'll be a hard game, but to be honest, I think hi Ashbury, just when you're coming there. I think it'll be a difficult game, but Livingston have got to offer more going forward. They didn't offer enough last week. I'm still not overly convinced. They're still, what date's it now?